character profile brings us to Don Bluth's 1995's The Pebble and the Penguin. The story takes place in the Antarctic, where the penguins are about to have mating season. As the story goes, during the mating season, it is tradition for the males to go out and find the rarest stone they want to give to the girl they most desire. And if she accepts the pebble from him, then those two become mates for life. The main protagonist was a rather goofy penguin named Hubie, and of course, the girl he wanted to be with was considered the most beautiful girl on the rookery. He only had eyes for Marina. Voiced by Andy Golden, Marina was the kind and beautiful main love interest of the film. Earlier in the film, we see Hubie talking to some of his young feathered friends about Marina. This was before reality set in.
Who am I kidding? I mean, I never even talked to the girl.
Clumsy Hubie mistakenly loses his balance and slides off the ledge of his favorite hill, where he just so happens to bump into Marina.
That was some landing, Hubie.
For two people who never spoke before, Marina already knew who Hubie was. As a matter of fact, she already had an instant mutual attraction towards him. Later that night, Hubie invited Marina into his own little world on top of the hill, where she was hooked onto every word he spoke to her. Marina as a character never cared about the pebble as much as she cared about what was in the penguin's heart. But finding the rarest stone for her meant the world to Hubie, who spent the entire next day getting beat out for stones by the other male penguins. At least until the rarest came looking for him in the form of a meteorite.
Oh my. It's perfect.
And it practically gift wrapped itself. Little did Hubie know, however, he had a more bigger, muscular, narcissistic problem. A rival for Marina's hand named Drake.
Marina is mine.
When Drake couldn't bully the pebble away from Hubie, he tossed him into the waters, knowing a hungry leopard seal was waiting for him, leaving a desperate Marina to watch in fear for Hubie's life. Even though he survives, he finds himself dragged far away from his colony in the middle of an ice storm. But even though he was now far from home, the pebble he had contained magic, which allowed him to gaze into it and see Marina.
I believe Hubie's still out there somewhere, and he'll come home to me in time for the full moon mating ceremony.
It turns out Marina was willing to be faithful in the possibility that Hubie would return home alive. Marina's problem now was, without Hubie there, it meant Drake could force himself onto her uncontested, no matter how many times she tells him no. And it wasn't just the Drake dilemma she was facing. Waiting for Hubie meant that if she did not choose a mate before the next full moon mating ceremony, she would be banished from her colony, where she would face the ultimate possibility of starving to death.
No. No.
By the mid-portion of the film and the days were getting shorter to the mating ceremony, Drake was now getting more persistent and taking a harsher tone with her.
I suggest you would do best to beg, and you're a shark's dinner.
And still, even though the situation was not in her favor, she still held on to that little bit of hope that Hubie would return to her. With a lot on Marina's mind, she eventually returns back to Hubie's favorite spot on the hill, and confesses her heart out in song, the way he once did for her.
Oh, Hubie.
Mr. I take whatever I want and you can't tell me no, Drake eventually kidnaps Marina. But by this point, Hubie had already returned to Antarctica to challenge him, even when the effort seemed futile.
Come on! Take your best shot!
Drake's temporary defeat allowed for a quick reunion between Hubie and Marina, giving Hubie enough time to propose before Drake soon got back up again and almost simultaneously killed everyone around him along with himself. Rocco returned Hubie's long-lost pebble, and he finally gave it to Marina.
It's not the pebble, it's the penguin. I love you even more.
And so the story went. Marina married Hubie, and they settled down and had a nice big family together. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Furry Girl Profiles here on Playfur Cinema. Like always, if you liked today's video, please leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe for future videos. My name is Jawbreaker, and I'll see you next time.